Hello everyone and welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the channel where we cut through the spin, challenge the double standards and speak truth to power. I'm your host Adrian, and today we're diving into a story that's equal parts disheartening and infuriating. Prince Harry has just suffered a crushing defeat in his long-running legal battle with the UK Home Office over security. Now I know what some might say, he left the royal family, why should he get protection? But stick with me because the truth runs much deeper than the headlines suggest. A prince's right to protection? The heart of Harry's legal battle. Prince Harry's recent legal defeat sent shockwaves across the globe, capturing the attention of media outlets and the public alike. The Duke of Sussex, once a beloved senior royal, found himself in a London courtroom, battling for something many deem a basic human right: security. This wasn't just a personal struggle. It was a public spectacle that highlighted the complexities of royal life and the challenges faced by those who step away from it. His opponent? The UK Home Office, a formidable entity representing the government's stance on security and public funding. At the heart of the matter was Harry's demand for police protection when he and his family visit from the United States. This wasn't just about personal safety. It was about the safety of his wife, Meghan, and their young children, Archie and Lilibet, who have also been thrust into the public eye. This legal battle wasn't just about logistics. It was a fight for the safety and well-being of his wife, Meghan, and their young children, Archie and Lilibet. The stakes were incredibly high, as the family had faced numerous threats and invasions of privacy over the years. Harry's case argued that the withdrawal of his publicly funded security detail in 2020, following his decision to step down as a senior royal, left him vulnerable to threats. This decision, he claimed, was not just a bureaucratic move, but a life-altering one that exposed his family to significant risks. He offered to personally pay for the police protection, emphasizing the genuine risks his family faces. This offer was not just a financial gesture, but a plea for understanding and recognition of the unique dangers they encounter. His legal team presented evidence of credible threats, highlighting the constant danger posed by extremist groups and obsessive individuals. These threats were not hypothetical, but real and present dangers that required immediate and professional intervention. The stakes were high, with Harry determined to ensure his family's safety during their visits to his homeland. This was not just a legal battle, but a deeply personal one, rooted in his desire to protect his loved ones. The outcome, however, dealt a significant blow to Harry's hopes. The court's decision was a stark reminder of the challenges he faces in balancing his royal heritage with his new life in the United States. The court rejected his appeal, ruling against his request for privately funded police protection. This ruling not only affected Harry, but also set a precedent for how security matters are handled for royals who step back from their duties. This decision, met with disappointment by Harry's supporters, raised questions about the duty of care owed to royals, even those who have chosen a different path. It sparked a broader debate about the responsibilities of the monarchy and the government in ensuring the safety of its members. The verdict left many pondering the future of Harry and his family's relationship with the UK, and whether they could ever feel truly safe on British soil again. This case has opened up a new chapter in the ongoing saga of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, one that will undoubtedly continue to unfold in the public eye. Farewell to the crown. Why Harry and Meghan chose freedom. The image of Harry and Meghan, hand in hand embarking on a new life in California, captivated the world. It was a bold and unprecedented move that signaled a significant shift in their lives. Their departure from the royal family in 2020 wasn't a rash decision, but a carefully considered move, driven by a desire for autonomy and well-being. They had long felt the pressures of royal duties and the expectations that came with their titles. Central to their decision was the relentless scrutiny and often negative portrayal by the British tabloid press. The media's obsession with their every move created an environment of constant surveillance and judgment. This constant intrusion, coupled with what they perceived as a lack of support from the institution, took a toll on their mental health. The pressure was immense, and the couple found it increasingly difficult to cope. Meghan, in particular, bore the brunt of negative press coverage, often laced with racist and sexist undertones. The relentless attacks on her character and background were deeply hurtful and damaging. The couple felt the institution failed to adequately address this issue, leaving them feeling unprotected and disillusioned. They believed that more could have been done to shield them from the media's harsh glare. Beyond the media scrutiny, Harry and Meghan yearned for a life where they could make their own choices, free from the constraints of royal protocol. They wanted the freedom to live authentically and pursue their passions without being constantly judged. They wanted to raise their children in an environment where they could thrive, shielded from the intense pressure and public scrutiny that came with royal life. Their priority was to provide a nurturing and supportive atmosphere for their family. Furthermore, the couple envisioned a future where they could use their platform to champion causes close to their hearts. They saw an opportunity to make a meaningful difference in the world. They sought the freedom to pursue philanthropic endeavours and engage with the world on their own terms. Their passion for social justice and humanitarian work was a driving force behind their decision. Their decision to step back wasn't a rejection of royal duty, but a redefinition of it. They wanted to redefine what it meant to serve and contribute to society. They aimed to forge a new path, one where they could balance their personal aspirations with their commitment to making a positive impact on the world. Their journey is a testament to their resilience and determination to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Security in jeopardy, a royal privilege revoked. The decision to step back from royal duties had immediate and significant repercussions for Harry's security arrangements. The couple's choice to carve out a new path away from the royal spotlight was a bold move, but it came with unforeseen consequences. No longer considered a working royal, he was stripped of the publicly funded police protection he had always relied on. This protection had been a constant in his life, a shield against the myriad threats that come with being a high-profile figure. This sudden withdrawal left Harry feeling vulnerable and exposed, particularly as he navigated a new life in the public eye. The transition from a life of structured security to one of uncertainty was jarring and fraught with anxiety. He had always been a high-profile figure, but his decision to break away from the royal fold seemed to amplify the risks, making him a target for those with malicious intent. The public's fascination with his every move only heightened the potential dangers. Harry immediately sought to negotiate a solution, expressing his willingness to personally bear the cost of his family's security. He was determined to ensure that his loved ones were protected, regardless of the financial burden. He understood the unique position he was in, acknowledging that his royal status, even in a diminished capacity, came with inherent dangers. The legacy of his birthright was not something he could easily escape. His offers, however, were met with resistance. The complexities of royal security and public funding created a bureaucratic impasse. The UK government argued that providing police protection to a private citizen, even one as high-profile as Harry, would set a dangerous precedent. They were concerned about the implications for other public figures and the strain on limited resources. They maintained that security resources were finite and should be allocated based on threat levels assessed by intelligence agencies. The decision was framed as a matter of public policy and resource management. This impasse forced Harry into a legal battle, a fight he felt compelled to undertake for the sake of his family's safety. The courtroom became the new battleground for his quest for security. He argued that the risks he faced were not of his own making, but were a direct consequence of his birthright and his previous role within the royal family. His plea was not just for himself, but for the safety and well-being of his wife and children. The withdrawal of his security, he believed, was not only unjust, but also put his family at unacceptable risk. The sense of injustice fueled his determination to fight back. The stage was set for a high-stakes legal confrontation, one that would pit Prince Harry against the very institution he once represented, with the safety of his family hanging in the balance. The outcome of this battle would have far-reaching implications, not just for Harry, but for the broader conversation about security and privilege. So, what's next for the Duke of Sussex? If history tells us anything, it's that Harry will keep pushing forward. He's always been more than a title. He's a man of action, a husband, a father, and yes, a target of relentless media obsession, but also a symbol of resilience in the face of an institution unwilling to evolve. This ruling may have closed one legal chapter, but it's opened a moral one that the UK establishment must reckon with. And here at Meghan and Harry Tales, we will keep calling it out. If you believe in fairness, if you believe Harry deserves better, if you stand with Meghan and the children whose safety should never be up for debate, then make sure to like, share and subscribe, because the truth matters and it's up to us to tell it. Until next time, I'm Adrian. Take care of yourselves and each other.